Hey people tuning into my Q50 3.0T content. Man, I've almost got some news I want to share with you that I experienced. It's not much of a learning video, more than learning from my experience, and it could have been very, very bad. And I just found this out this morning. So let's dive into it. All right, so what this has to do with is catastrophic engine failure. Catastrophic engine failure. Hopefully I said that clearly. I'm gonna go ahead and open up my hood and I'm gonna tell you what I experienced this weekend. An insane amount of traffic, so hopefully my mic's not picking up all that extra noise, but let me share with you what happened. I took a road trip for work and I drove approximately 444 miles, and before I left, I had the sense to open my hood and check my fluids, like I preached in a couple of videos just before this one. Check your fluid levels, heat exchanger, radiator, and oil level, engine oil level. So I took off took my dipstick out and looked at it. It was a little low, and so I topped it off a little bit, maybe a quarter, a little less than a quarter of a bottle of oil. And pulled a super dumb ass maneuver, and I'm sorry for cursing, but that's just no other way. It infuriates me what happened. I didn't put my my oil cap back on securely. I just can't remember because I was in a hurry to leave, and I put my oil in, and I think I put the oil cap on but didn't tighten it down, and the oil cap came off. Well, I drove about 190 miles each way to Austin. So this morning I come out, and let me move my camera real quick to give you a different view. So I came out and I checked my oil, and it was down a little bit lower than what it was when I filled it up, and I was concerned. I was like, man, am I burning oil? And I looked around and I noticed oil residue in this area, not too bad. And then I was like, holy cow, and I looked and there was the hole with my oil cap, and I was like, I've lost my oil cap. Oh my God. And a little bit of oil blow by, coming out, and a little bit of circular oil blow by here on the top. And I was panicking like how I was going to get to an Infiniti dealership to get a new oil cap for this. And I looked around and the oil cap was right down here, and it was just sitting there. I picked it up. The little O-ring that is on the cap was sitting right here on the other side of it. And I was like, good God, thank God my oil cap is here. So I put that back on. I checked my oil dipstick, and let me show you what came with that. So I pull my dipstick out again to check it, and I just want to show you where the oil level was. And I want to make sure my camera focuses, and hopefully it's doing that job. But I filled it back up to about the middle, when I left, and so it was about right there. It wasn't below the first open dot, so it wasn't. I mean, it was low, and I never want to run this car low, and you never want to run your car low. But it was about right there, and I was like, oh my God. So it lost probably, that additional oil that I put in, maybe that quarter of a quart. But could have been such a catastrophic event if I would have driven those 444 miles and I had lost more oil out of here, and that had dropped below registering on my dipstick, and then I drove back. And I meant to check my oil level up there in Austin, but I didn't do it because, it just was stupid not to double check. Always just double check. It's easy to pop your hood and just look at things, and then shut your hood if there's not a problem. But I should have done that, and I would have noticed that was blown off, and then I could at least put it on and not driven another 188 miles or 180 miles or 190 miles with that off. So what I'm going to do, is go ahead, just precautionary, and replace the oil. I'm going to leave the oil filter on because it was a Wix higher grade oil filter and it shouldn't have been a problem. And the oil filter should work if, you know, with that cap being off and any, you know, it's under the hood and it's, you know, obviously the hood's shut and it's sealed up, but I just don't know, you know, how much dust or how much particles of dirt could have gotten in there. I mean, at just driving normal, you do collect dust and dirt in here. So I just don't want, you know, just makes me feel better. I don't know if it's a must do, but again, you know, a motor, you know, replacing a motor is quite expensive. So I'm going to go ahead and just drain the oil, put back this oil in there, the 5W30. Full synthetic, you know, the quality oil, the DEXOS1, which is for turbo engines, basically, in the sense. So I just wanted to share with you what had happened, you know, and if I didn't come out this morning and check the oil level, and I continued to drive for another 500 or 1,000 miles, and my oil cap had been off, then I could have potentially lost more, and then I would have severely damaged my motor. And so close to potentially damaging it, you know, even in that 400 and 450 miles, if more oil had blown out. You can see that it did leave a little bit of a stain right there, but I got Simple Green and sprayed the motor down and let it soak for a little bit and sprayed that with Simple Green, which kind of dilutes and kind of gets rid of some of the oil and some of the dirt, and the motor looks really clean again. And I just, you know, I'm so glad. I was really panicking this morning. I was like, my oil cap was gone and how much oil was out, and luckily it didn't drop too far. I was shaking. I was just, oh my God, what did I do? Just such a stupid, just not thinking. Again, must not have fully seated it down, and it just came off. And luckily, you know, I think we're still good. But I wanted to, again, share this with everybody. You know, we make mistakes. I'm very absent-minded. I'm one of the worst there is. But also, too, I don't know, because I made a video or I made a little posting on YouTube that I got close to 39 mpg. Now, why was it so high? Was it because the crankcase was breathing better with the oil cap off? I mean, there was no pressure in there? Is that good? Is that bad? Did that have something to do with me getting, you know, 38.5 mpg on the way home? I don't know. That's interesting to kind of see if that had something to do with it, but, you know, we'll just have to leave that up to everyone's own interpretation, why that was so high. I mean, I usually get between 33 to 34 mpg, you know, and then on the way up, I think I got about 33 mpg on the highway only. This is not driving around town or doing any hot rodding. It's driving in the speed limit and in the eco mode and just kind of hyper miling. And so that's where I get some of these great mpg numbers. So don't fret, you know, don't get upset if your car gets 20 and mine gets 37, but that again, it's on the highway. But again, just going to put new oil in it and go from there. But man, I'm so glad that my hopefully my motor wasn't damaged. Comment below, like, subscribe so you get future content. You know, it's getting summertime, and I'm going to make some more content on this beautiful car, the 3.0T with the twin turbos. But thanks for viewing. Hopefully I went over everything. And okay, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, great afternoon, wherever you are. And check back for more videos. Bye-bye.